Hi everyone, and welcome to this GEG UK kind of back to school message video. Really, we wanted to put together something just to give everybody a few ideas and a little bit of support going back to school after such a difficult time. So I'm just going to take you through a few ideas that you can use to maybe make that transition a little bit easier. So let's dive in and start to take a look. So first of all, just a reminder that here we've got the GEG UK website, and you can find out all about GEG UK here, including how to sign up to our distribution email group, follow us on Twitter, join our Facebook group, also meet the team and find out a little bit more about us as individuals and hopefully grow that as well. Different ways of connecting with us, including our map of where members are located, which obviously is interactive, so you can drop in there and have a look as well. Events that we're running, okay, and more on those coming up in the future. And also some external links, so links to the GEG UK YouTube channel, which we just launched, short and sweet shows that run every Thursday, although they are probably going to be moving due to work commitments, Waitlet collection, and various other bits and pieces as well. So a really useful resource there for you to stay in touch with GEG UK. So on the subject of YouTube, one of the things that you may or may not have been aware of is that as part of global GEG, many of us were asked by Google to put together a training series for juniors and parents. And over on the global GEG YouTube page is a playlist called Google Junior Training Series, and there are 70 videos here designed for students, and there's a number of really cool things in there to do with Google Classroom, Google Chrome, Google Drawings, Drive, Docs, Slides. They're very, very short, 60 to 90-second videos that take basically 4 steps to show students or parents how to work with individual parts of G Suite. So there's all sorts of options there, from things like searching an image all the way through to inserting image in sites, putting images into Google Keep, making copies of documents, commenting, sharing, and so on. So just as an example,
Google Junior Training Series. I'm Robin Larrabee with GEG South Florida, and I'm here to show you sharing, comment, edit, read. Step 1, click on the blue share button on the top right of your screen. Step 2, type in the name or the email address of the person or people that you would like to share the document with. Step 3, check your assignment and see if you need to have somebody just view it, then you click viewer. If you need somebody to comment on it, then you would click comment. But if you need somebody to collaborate with you on something, then you would click editor. Step 4, you can add a message to give somebody instructions on what to do, or you can just click send. Check out the other videos in the Google Junior Training Series. Thanks for watching.
okay, so you get the idea. Really, really straightforward, simple, easy to follow videos that you can share with parents and with students, or even with staff that are new to G Suite as well. So well worth taking a look at. And all you need to do is just click, just Google Junior Training Series, and it's on the global GEG channel. So do sign up there and subscribe as well. Another thing that I wanted to share with you that I think will be really, really useful and quite helpful at the moment is the Feel Better Edu website, which is the Google Innovator project of our own Wendy Peskett. And Wendy's been putting this together over a period of time to support educators in terms of wellness, well-being throughout not just COVID, but in general. So different ideas on how you can maintain your own well-being and reminders and things like that. There's opportunities here to be able to search for and find ideas of different opportunities that you could use with yourself, with your colleagues, or even as your entire school. So options like passing the kindness on and paying it forward, mindfulness breaks, team puzzles, podcast pacing, things like that. So this is completely searchable by category. So you, for example, you might want to be more creative, and you might like to find time to reduce stress. And there's nothing come up on that particular one, but you might also decide then, okay, well, I want to, for example, be more artistic. And here we get the option of comic strips. So it's completely searchable and a really useful resource for you. There's also clues and ideas here on how to start a wellness program within your school, your business, events, and also you can ask for help as well. Okay, so some really useful places that you can go to find support, resources for your students as well. It's all been put together by Wendy, Feel Better Edu, okay, and that's at Feel Better Edu on Twitter as well, and at Wendy Peskett as well. Give that a look. The third thing I wanted to mention was Book Creator, which is something I'm really keen of. And if you use the bit.ly/Ranganation, as we've got there, you'll have access to my range of ebooks that I created during lockdown. This one here is a collaboration, or an amalgamation, if you like, of two books. That's Too Sweet, which is top tips for G Suite tools during distance learning, and also Extra Sweet. So that's combined into the one book here. But we've also got things like how to achieve inbox zero, how to use Book Creator, how to use Google Classroom as a 101. There's also a wee video guide, and also EduVision and engaging online lessons, whether you're in school or using it for flipped learning. And we're currently working on, myself and a colleague, Pili Hernandez, working on a Spanish version of the Classroom 101 as well. So those are all freely accessible. If you go to bit.ly/Ranganation, you can access all of those, save them as bookmarks, download them, do whatever you want with them, okay? The next thing I wanted to share is a ThingLink, which I think will be quite useful for those of you that are using Chromebooks for the first time with students this year. ThingLink's a great tool. If you haven't seen it, check out our short and sweet episode from last night. But here we've got an image of a Chromebook, and you can see all of these little icons are pulsing away to give students information about what the different buttons do. Now, that might also be useful for staff if they're just changing over to a Chromebook. So, for example, here, how to not just show all the different windows, but also how to grab a screenshot. The fact that this isn't a caps lock button, but is a Google search button, which catches everybody out. Also here, the fact that you can tap with 2 fingers on your trackpad to simulate a right click. That's one that catches people out as well. And down the bottom here, I've got, which opens up.
Although it's not essential to know these shortcuts, it can be a real time saver. So it's worth getting to know at least the most common ones.
So we've got some keyboard shortcuts here. And the good thing about this is it opens in Immersive Reader. So even if people aren't English readers, they can open it in Immersive Reader. So if you've got students from other backgrounds and things like that who don't speak the language, obviously you've got text preferences, grammar preferences, and reading preferences. So we can choose a language and translate it if we want. So if we've got, for example, a Bosnian student who doesn't speak very good English, we can just translate by word and it will give us the best option, or by document, and it will do the whole thing for us. So we can get the same information across really, really easily, and they can have it read aloud as well. So do check out that ThingLink as well. I will put the link in the description underneath. Okay, and finally, one of the things that I'm really keen on, and I know a lot of people haven't used much, is Priority Workspaces, which should be available in your Drive, but if it's not, your admins can support it. And it gives you the opportunity to create workspaces, and this is my top tip for the start of the year. Okay, you can create a workspace of any kind. So I'm going to create a GEG UK back to school workspace. Okay. And this is just for me. It's not going to create anything for anybody else. It's just mine. Now, if it's from the title, I've already got files that it thinks I'm going to use, it will start to suggest them here. And you can see I've got a 25 file limit. But the good thing about a workspace is it doesn't matter whether your file is in a shared drive, shared with me, or your drive, you can add it to your workspace. And it's a temporary holding section, if you like, really. So it brings up your drive, and there's all sorts of things here. So I might want to, for example, include Google Tools. I might want to include that video. I might want to include a link to the website. And I might also want to include something else, like, for example, where are we? Class information. So I can just insert those 4 items, and they all sit there straight away, ready for me to access. Okay, I can click done on those, and we'll see that it's created this workspace with these documents in, and it's really easy for me to access them straight away. I can still, if I want to, rename that, hide the workspace, or remove it altogether, but I tend to not remove, I tend to hide them. And if I still want to add more to it, I can just go to View Workspace and add files and do exactly the same as I've done before. And the reason, as I said, I tend to hide them rather than remove them is for the very simple reason that down the bottom here, you've got the option to go back and see your hidden workspaces. So where you're running events and things like that, you've got the opportunity here to be able to keep together all of the documents you need. And if it's something you do monthly or termly or yearly, all you've got to do then next year is come back to it. So for example, here is my Global's Got Talent. And these are all the documents I use: the artwork, the sign-up sheet, the process, the promo, the sign-up Google form, and the deck itself. So if we want to run that again next time, I've hidden it at the moment, but next time round I can just click unhide. And I used this a lot last year when we were running events at school, because it was easy then to see which documents did I use last year. And it's really easy to kind of just come in and have a look. You don't have to start thinking about, okay, I think I used that, and I used that. I'm not sure if I used this. Can't remember where I saved it. It's all going to be all here in one place, and you can just access it directly just by clicking here and unhiding the workspace, and it just returns it back to those workspaces. So it is limited to 25 documents, but you can add and remove at any point, but definitely really useful to hide things when you're not using them, but bringing them back when you do need to. So that's my top tip with Priority Drive and Workspaces. So I hope you found that useful. I really do wish you all the best of luck going back to school in the next few days or in the next week or so. Just from my point of view, I'd like to say, remember that for these students, it's been a tough time, as much as it has for us as educators. They're going to be anxious. They're going to be feeling a little bit strange, not necessarily because of COVID, but because they've been out of this situation for so long. And when students are anxious, that can manifest itself in all sorts of challenging ways. So yeah, have your standards, you know, maintain everything that you need to maintain, but also show compassion as well, because they've got to readjust as much as we have to being back in the classroom again. So thanks everyone, and look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.